Welcome, everybody. Let me find me. There I am. Hello and welcome to an unexpected Monday Night Live. We usually do this every Wednesday, live at 6 p.m., but tonight we're doing it on Monday because I will be in Egypt on a plane on Wednesday, or we'll be headed to Egypt. So I thought I would do this today so that I could share some more interesting things with you. I could entertain your questions, and I'd love to hear what you guys have got going on. We have got Instagram here as well, so hopefully you'll be able to ask some questions from there. And if not, come join us live on YouTube. We'd love to have you over there. Yes, I'm glad you didn't want to miss this. So, in preparation for the luminary, not the yes, the luminary activation, but in preparation for the Lionsgate portal, maybe you can feel how powerful these energies are. They really are not kidding around. They really want to just like do the guillotine to everything that does not want to come through this portal, does not want to be a part of your next level. And so we can really work with these energies and really feel supported by the energies that want to just cut out all of this stuff and just not let it even come forward. So you may notice some interesting things that are kind of getting a little shaky or a little unstable. All the things that just maybe want to shift or maybe want to fall away. But the good news is that it's making room for more of you. So that's the good part. So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about tonight. One, here are 3 reasons why. Let me see if we have a third reason. Okay, 3 reasons why you might want to follow this channel. So one is you don't just want a better life, you want a better civilization. And that's what we're doing here. We are learning how to build communities and in a high frequency with various principles. There's 12 principles that I like to use that help govern that to make it more possible. A second reason you might want to follow this channel is that you're not looking for a healer. You're actually looking for a guide, that can help you navigate through all of these challenging energies to help you gain self-mastery. That's what sovereignty is really about. And a third reason, maybe you're just a truth seeker. We calibrate everything here. And so maybe you'd like to know what's really true, what's really going on. A couple things I want to talk about tonight. I want to share 2 things. One is I wanted to share with you something that I found as the most valuable thing that I ever did that I sustained for an entire year. And it really had a profound effect on me. And so I wanted to share that with you tonight. And I also wanted to share with you, since I'm traveling, where are my notes? Here they are. 5 ways that travel prepares you for the unexpected. So that's kind of a fun thing too. Since I'm traveling and I love to travel and I've traveled a lot, I know how much it can expand and help you prepare for things you just are not expecting. And the world is so unstable that we have to be prepared for the unexpected. So let's talk about that first. So here are 5 ways that travel prepares you for the unexpected. So when you travel, this is especially for international travel because it is so different from where you come from, that number 1, you are in a new energy on the surface of the earth. And so a lot of people don't think about that. They don't even think about grounding in the new location that they're in. But that's one thing you always want to make sure you do, is that you ground in the new location, bringing up that earth energy up through your legs because it's at a different frequency. And so you want to be able to acclimate easier to the new location that you're going to by bringing that earth energy up through your legs. So that's really an important thing to do when you're traveling, whether it's international or not. But that is a really important thing. So one is the earth energy is going to be different. A second way to prepare for the unexpected is you are usually dealing with a different currency. Now, when you go to some place like Bali, you're going to feel like an instant millionaire because their currency is like in the millions, and I found it actually quite expansive because it's like I felt like an instant millionaire, and that was very fun traveling to Bali. And so, using a new currency, you have to use different parts of your brain. You have to calculate things. You have to try and, do the math. And so, that's another way that traveling can prepare you for the unexpected. And so, why do we even need to prepare for for the unexpected? Is because there's going to be a lot of changes coming up in the future that we have no idea what they are. But if you're used to traveling the same path every day that you go to work, or you eat basically the same foods, or you go to bed at the exact same time every night, or, like you have a very structured routine, when something new comes along, you are not going to be ready for it. You're going to be completely unprepared. And so this is just a way that traveling helps stimulate new neural pathways so that you can start preparing for new things, doing things a different way. That prepares your brain for unexpected things. Here's a third way is oftentimes there is a new language. And if you don't know the language, that can be quite challenging. You have to get very creative or learn some really basic key phrases, key words, so that you can navigate lots of hand gestures. And a smile is universal, head shake, yes, no, that's universal. So, but learning a new language will also stimulate new neural pathways, which is going to prepare you for the unexpected. Like, you don't know what people are going to say. You don't know, maybe have all the phrases and all the words. And so you don't know how things are going to work. And so that's another thing, of way to be prepared for the unexpected. Um, a third way, let's see, I guess this would be a fourth way. So we have the earth energy, we've got the currency, we've got a new language. Here's a good one. Sometimes you have traffic that is on the other side of the road. Now, that can really challenge your neural pathways, even if you're not driving. I know that when I was in Australia, I often had to really be careful crossing the street because I was used to looking one direction for the traffic that was closest to you when it's really coming from the other way. So you might be looking this way and getting hit by a car the unexpected way. So things like that. And then, of course, driving on the other side of the road can be quite the challenge. I remember having to repeat the phrase, drive on the wrong side, drive on the wrong side, drive on the wrong side. So I prefer not to drive in a foreign country. That's my preference. I prefer to use public transportation, walking, riding a bike, and there's always generally Uber or taxis. So that's my preference. But either way, you still have to get used to navigating traffic. So that's another one. And then the fifth way is you are in an unknown place. You maybe have no idea about the place that you're going to, what it's going to look like, what the terrain's going to be like. Maybe you've seen pictures, but that's not the same as actually being there. How narrow are the roads? How friendly are the people? What is the weather like? It's just so many things. I know that when I went to Australia, then they have birds and rocks and trees, but none of them are the same. They have completely different birds, completely different trees, different flowers. And so one of my favorites was that kookaburra, more like this. And I remember getting a workbook, and it had 10 projects in there, which I completed in a year. So you can volunteer. This is all voluntary, right? So you can volunteer to do an assignment, and then you get up and speak for 6 minutes without any notes. And so you learn how to do things in sets of three so that you can remember things easier that way. And of course, all of your fears are going to come up, that fear of forgetting what you're going to say, all the fears of being seen. And so all of that comes up, and that's a great thing to work through. So Toastmasters was a really important part of learning how to stand in front of a crowd. So there's maybe, I don't know, could be a dozen people, could be 20 people, and you volunteer to step up and step forward. You don't have any notes. You don't really know what you're talking about, but you learn how to become extemporaneous. I think that's what it's called. And so that was a very helpful organization to join. The second thing I did simultaneously was I joined another group called Speaking Circles. And this is a much more feminine approach. It takes place in somebody's home. There's maybe a dozen people, maybe 7, 8. Lock eyes with somebody, and then when you're done locking eyes with them, you lock eyes with another person. And you don't say anything until something bubbles up that wants to be said. It could be, oh my God, my heart is pounding so fast right now, or something really weird happened to me today, or, whatever the thing is. And so you're timed, you speak for 3 minutes, it's recorded. And at the end, everybody gives maybe 2 or 3 words of their feedback, and maybe just a phrase like grounded presence or insightfully humorous, or whatever the thing is. And so that was also very beneficial, because you have nothing prepared to say. And so these things just well up, and then you start speaking much more from the heart. I remember the very first time I spoke, it felt like I needed to get a lot of having grown up in a dysfunctional family off my chest, and also growing up in a religious cult. And so some of those experiences bubbled forth and nearly put people in tears. And so those two things I did simultaneously for an entire year. And that was incredibly beneficial for creating a more confident speaker, and also balancing it with that, kind of rigid structure, but with that feminine flow where things can just, flow through. So if you haven't done either of those, I recommend it. If you can't find a speaking circles near you, or even if they don't exist, create one. I have a habit of creating things that don't exist because I need the help or support. When I left the Jehovah's Witnesses, that cult, I started a support group for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, or ex-cult members, it kind of turned out to be. And because there wasn't one, so I created one because that's what I needed. And that was also super helpful. I did that every month for, 9 years? Every month for 9 years. Yeah, that was quite beneficial. You tell your story over and over and over and over an hour, that it takes the charge off of it. So that, that was also quite cathartic. All right, those are the couple things I wanted to chat about tonight. There was one other thing I wanted to chat about. Yes, it was about, hang on, find notes here. It was a new discovery. Yes, here it is. We've been working a lot with the DNA with clients, and discovered a new energy, or a deeper energy, of where people don't feel safe. And it's kind of like the foundation for everything. If you don't feel safe, the whole reason we were working on this had to do with communities. And so the energies that prevent someone from wanting to be in a community, from being able to thrive in a community, to connect in a community, it kind of all boiled down to not feeling safe. And you can see how this energy kind of permeates through so many areas. If we don't feel safe, we are not going to become vulnerable. We may not reach out to someone. We may not, uh, want to connect, or, feeling like I can trust you now, or if I, put my guard down, are you going to like come at me later? Like eventually that shoe's going to drop. And those energies happen because of the frequencies we're holding in here, that we magnetize those kinds of things because we need to be right on a subconscious level. And so we were finding these really deep layers in the DNA where our very foundation of our cells doesn't even feel safe because of all the programming, because of all of the spells, curses, etc., that have been embedded into our DNA. So from a very foundational level, we don't even feel safe. So we were working on that, and at 4-minute mile, that gives everybody else permission to start feeling safe, because we're going into these deeper layers and releasing these energies that have not allowed us to feel safe, no matter what we do. We tried again. We tried to trust that person again, and boom, there's a hammer. So anyway, that was fascinating, and it's allowing more people to find more of these different energies so that they can feel safe. All right, let's see what kind of questions we have tonight. Got about 35 minutes here. We can get to a lot of your questions. So let's see what we've got for tonight. Nice to have you all here from South Florida, South Carolina, or South California, not Carolina. Florida, great. Issues with the left side of your face and elbow. Have you been running your energy, Gigi? Because you're not grounded. That's usually a sign you haven't been running your energy. So that would be my suggestion, is to keep your energy flowing first. And the 20-minute meditation is free. It's on my website. You can just download it, listen to it on your phone. It's in a program so that you can easily listen to it on your phone. You don't have to be on your computer to listen to these things. So very easy. Your feminine energy is 100%, but that left side, the energy that's coming from the heart out that right arm, that's blocked, and the left receiving hand. So that whole circle of reciprocity needs some help. You heard, Nancy says, I heard that controlling people will struggle. Absolutely, because when things start getting chaotic, or whenever there is chaos, it really makes people who need to control things very uneasy, because the truth is we really control nothing except this here. And so, yeah, if you're a person who likes to control things, of course, that's thinking that everything on the outside, that's where all the answers are. People who control, they try to manage and navigate everything out here so that they feel comfortable, so that they feel good. Like, if you do this, then I'll feel good. And if you do that, then I'll feel calmer. But that's not, if you're relying on everybody else to do their part so you feel better, that's a losing battle. We can only control this here. Sophia, I love traveling. I hope to get to visit to the Azores next year. Oh, that would be beautiful. Isn't that off of Spain? I think it is. Cutting in and out and frozen. Is that still the case? Am I good? I hope I'm good. Strike a pose. Experiencing the same. So is everybody still experiencing a lag time, etc.? Let me see if some of these things are the issue. You never know. I've got a few things open. You never know if this is going to help or not, but I'll close these things just in case if it's taking up too much of something. I don't know if it even helps this stuff, but we'll try. Okay, there we go. All right. And then we're going to check over here on Instagram and see what we have over here. One last thing. Okay. Let's see. Yes. Hey, Danny D. It looks like you're the only one that ever asks questions over here, but good to have you. All right. Let's see. Is anyone courting to me, or is there an energy holding me down? I've been feeling unmotivated, and if I don't know where to go. Excellent. Okay, let's see if you have any cords. No cords, but there is an energy in the third layer of your aura. Those are cords. And there's only 5, so that's usually an indication it belongs to a person. Yes, a male. It's a male energy, a little on the angry side. And so the fact that he's in the third layer of your aura, that's trying to control what you do. And when we have a lot of angry energy in our field, trying to manage that can be exhausting, especially if it's not our energy. So I would take him out of that third layer. You've already done that, so excellent. Your motivation measures 100%, so maybe that was just it, and you're very sensitive. So just that energy in the third layer could make you feel, like it's slowing you down. Can't have that. All right, thanks for asking. All right, we'll come back over here and see. No sound, really. I'm going to go to the end and see if there's any, like you guys can still hear me, right? Okay, it's good now. Okay, good. Okay, let's come back up here, see what we got. Well, I'm glad you guys all have sound now. Good to see you, Sveta. Are you going to update the meditation as you find new energies? I'm going to update the 8 and 20-minute meditation when I get back from my trip and I start recording. So I'm going to be recording my revised book as a new revision. And it'll be the first recording, but it will be a recording of a revised book. So that's in the works. And they want me to do it in a professional studio. So if I'm going to be in a professional studio, I might as well do the new recordings, right? So that's the plan. So sometime between September and December, I will make it a point to create new 8 and 20-minute versions of the meditation, because there's some missing parts, right? This thing is a growing, evolving system. And for those of you who don't know, if you listen to this meditation, after you get grounded, the one piece you need to add is connecting to the oversoul. So the oversoul, the part of us that's never been disconnected from source. Bring that down through the rings, through the central core, back up. And no, it just gets grounded, sorry. The oversoul comes in and it grounds to the earth. So you do that and then proceed with the rest of the meditation. All right, Sophia would like to know, can you scan my youngest son? He will be having surgery on the 17th and will be under general anesthesia. I want to make sure he is grounded. Was it Daniel? Nathan? I think it's Daniel, right? Is that right? Anyway, second son, he is grounded. He's got good earth. No worry circle. Heart is grounded. He's got infinite rings. He occupies his body 100%. His energy is flowing. Yeah, he's nice and clear. So also create an avatar for the surgery Sophia. I'll just check it real quick. So that avatar is clear. Good earth energy in the legs, no worry circle, heart's grounded. There's only about 5 rings though. So clear some programs at the top of that ring, about 20, so that you can create what you guys desire, the outcome that you want, the best possible outcome. Okay, good. So now there's infinite rings, great. And then central orbit is good. Circle of reciprocity is good. Yep. And so put that ideal outcome in the creative rings, how you want it all to turn out. So yeah, best of luck with that, Sophia. Here's Susan would like a scan on her kidneys. Yes. So as you know, I'm not a doctor, so we're giving an energetic scan on how the energy is flowing through your kidneys. So it's only at 15%. There's some programs in your sixth chakra, 6-2, that have a lot of fear in it. And if I'm not mistaken, kidneys process either, is it fear or grief? I can't remember which. At any rate, you've got a lot of fear in your sixth chakra, held in place by 20 programs. So that would need to be cleared. Okay, kidneys, you work fast. So that kidneys are now at 100% energetically. And so you need to keep it there so that then the kidneys can catch up to this new energy, this new frequency. The millivolts of light in your kidneys is, let's see, is that right? 50, yeah, 50 millivolts. That's not very, very high. When it could be up to 450 before it starts to break through to infinity. Yeah, we broke through to infinity with the millivolts of light recently. In your root chakra, there are about 50 programs that are keeping the light diminished in your kidneys. Okay, so now they're at 450. So that's actually a good place to acclimate. A couple other places that all relate and work with the kidneys. So you have your kidneys, you have the adrenals that are on top of the kidneys. That's only 15%. Programs in the root. You've got your pituitary, which governs the adrenals. That's at 15%. You have your amygdala. That's at 15%. Lymphatic system, 15, and fascia, 15. Interesting that they're all 15%. Yes, I just was double checking that was from Pure Source, and it was. So that you've got the same program, you could do the same program, those 50 programs in the root chakra for each of those, and that will help you elevate those body organs. All right. Yes, you need to run your energy daily. That would be ideal. Marina, well, great. Welcome, Marina. So Marina this was her first time. She'd never worked with me before. She's new to everything I do. This is hiding under here. And she said it was amazing. It was for 30 minutes. She said, let's go for another 30. And we just cleared boatloads of stuff. I'm so excited for you, Marina. It's going to be fun working with you when I get back. All right, Eleanor. I always like to know if I'm grounded. You are grounded. There's no cords and there's no curses. It's kind of shaky emotionally. Let's check your adrenals. Yeah, that's only at 15%. We need our adrenals to help us navigate and manage stress. If you go to your root chakra and clear about 20 curses there. That's AI, ancient interference. And that will help elevate your adrenals, which you already did it. So that's at 100%. And so see if you can muscle test to see if it drops again, so then you can keep it elevated, at least until I get back, and then we can check it again. So good, good, good. All right, Krita. Krita has 3 questions. All right. Is there community trauma in my DNA? Let's see. Yes, I'm getting there is. There's about 50% in the root chakra of your DNA. There are programs, 500 programs. So those programs in the root chakra are how those previous communities were supposed to work according to these programs. And it ended up creating some trauma for you. So that's a good question. And then, does doing the theta healing training resonate with me? It's at 500, which means you'll like it, but I think I just think you're so far beyond a lot of these things, but you don't realize it yet. So let me see if there's something for you to clear so that this theta healing can resonate higher. I think maybe you're just looking for some more tools for your toolbox, that's also good. If you go to your root chakra and clear programs, 500 programs, yeah. So this program is not that it's going to teach you anything. It's just going to help you remember things that you already know. There's a lot of things that you know that are just coming online now, especially now. So let's see if that raised it. So you and theta healing. Okay, so now it's at infinity. So that would be good. That would be a good one for you. But it's just helping you remember what you already know. And the third question, should I do some training with the temple priestess I connected with? I'm getting a no. Temple priestess is not grounded and has no rings, and her heart, no heart, her ego, 100%. So she's doing a great job being this priestess mask overlaying this NPC. So thus we need to learn how to evaluate and being able to learn what's really true and what's not. So this is becoming more and more common as women who have been very good at playing these roles because they've done it for many, many lifetimes. And maybe they were on that path this lifetime and they know how to do the role or be in those energies. But now something else has taken over so that they cannot bring that light forward like they were. So that's not to say that this person couldn't get back on track, but that's where it is right now. So beware. I guess that's a cautionary tale. Okay, Sophia. It's in Portugal. Okay, yeah, that's close to Spain, next door. Okay. Good, good, good. Scan your son's energy. Ava. Ava wants a scan for her son's energy. Hang on. Let's see. First of all, you're corded to his root chakra with some fury. He is corded to your crown, so it's kind of like he feels like, or he wants to, or maybe he is, um, kind of dominating you. He's like the boss of you. And seven, six. Also, he's plugged into your heart chakra, so he's not only controlling you at your crown, but then he plugs into your heart and then pulls on the guilt string so that you feel bad and like, okay, you can whatever. And so he plays that, pulling that heartstring as another way of manipulating you. 765. He's also plugged into your root chakra with fear. So he has no grounding cord of his own. So he plugs into you and your root chakra, grounding through you, but then kind of owning you. My suggestion, if you don't like this setup, is to take his cords out of your crown, your heart, your solar plexus, because that's another control place, and your root chakra. Let's see what else. Unresolved past lives, yes. So you have 5, and he has also 5. So they may or may not be the same lifetime, but either way, you have 5 lifetimes. He has 5 lifetimes. Those really should be cleared. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of time and energy trying to navigate all of this and this, when you can just clear the energy so you don't have to keep working it out. And then you can just start setting some really clear boundaries about how your son can relate to you or not. So that would be my suggestion there. And also, any feedback about how accurate that is would be helpful. Like, I know what I know, what I see, I know, but other people, might be wondering, is that really true? So it would be helpful just to give any feedback about that. Michelle would like to know if anyone is courting to her. I'm getting a yes. At your root chakra, 5 cords. That's usually, when there's 5 cords, that's usually an indication somebody is courting to you. They seem to do 5 at a time now. There was a time when people used to put 1 cord in. Now they do 5. So at any rate, I said he, so is it? Yes, it is a he. Okay. So this he is angry, and he also does not have his own grounding cord. So he's grounding through you. You're like the stable force. And so he feels safer using your grounding cord. I would take him out because when he has a bad day, you're going to experience his bad day and you're going to think it's yours. So that's not the best setup. So yeah, take him out and never cut. Always pull out, roots and all. Okay, great. Let's see what else. In love with me, could you please scan my lower right abdominal area? Yes, there is something there. So it's kind of like a little bit above your waistline. And there's like a space about this big on that right side. Cords, 5. So that's a person. Yes. It's a female. Angry. It's interesting that it's not in the center of this, like the solar plexus where she's trying to control what you do, but it is on that right side. You're slowly taking it out. So yeah, I would take that out and see if the discomfort Um, well, you didn't say discomfort, but I'm saying discomfort. Maybe it's not very comfortable. So let us know. All right. Nathan, yes. Okay, yeah. Mm. Fear is in the kidneys. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah. Nancy, can you check what area is causing my fingernails to break and not grow? I'm taking the collagen you recommended. Well, mm, yeah, your body actually, um, the place that I'm inclined to check is actually your small intestines, which is what's going to absorb the nutrition. Silica is a great one for the nails, and like corn silk tea. That's a good one. But with the collagen, taking collagen actually doesn't create collagen. I take it that way now. Once I discovered that, I still take it because one, I hate wasting things, and two, I know there's 10 grams of protein in every scoop. So that's why I take the collagen that I take now. But I also know it doesn't make collagen. So what makes collagen are amino acids, and that is another subject. But as far as your small intestines, that was what I was going to check. Your small intestines are only operating at about 15%. So you're not really absorbing the nutrition you need to get really strong nails. And there's programs that are keeping the small intestines diminished. It's about 50 programs at the root chakra. Okay. Let's measure the collagen in your fingernails. I've never done that actually. Let's try something new. Yeah, wow, it's only at 3%. So let's clear the programs. That's really more of what's causing these weak fingernails. There was a time when women grew long nails because it's like antennas, you know. But then now they got women putting gel stuff on their nails, which is so bad for the nervous system in your fingernails. It's painful. I did it once and it's like, I'll never do that again. But let's find out where the programs are that are diminishing the collagen in your fingernails. In your sixth chakra, 6-2, there's fury and programs, 500 programs in your sixth chakra. And for those of you who have weak nails, this might be something you want to try. And if you know how to calibrate, you can determine if your fingernail collagen is at 100%, yes or no. So, Nancy, in the root chakra, there's also more programs, about 50 in the root chakra. And this is designed to keep you from absorbing or creating the collagen that you need to keep your fingernails strong. Okay, so just out of curiosity, because I know you're working as I'm talking, your collagen in your nails, 100%. Wow. Well, keep track of that. That'll be a fun one to keep track of and see if over time, because it takes a while for the nails to grow out, if over time the nails get stronger and stronger. And when you go to get your nails done, I've been doing it recently just because I'm lazy. I used to do it. But they kind of do like with a little bit of an abrasion thing. And if they do that every single time, I tell like, don't do that too much. It's gonna weaken the nail because it takes off a little bit of the nail every time they do that. So that will get thinner and thinner over time. But anyway, yeah, that would be a fun one to keep track of. Sophia's wondering about whether or not the home you live in should be grounded or it makes no difference. I don't think it really makes a difference. It feels like there's something off in your home. Well, the first thing I would check is if there's dead people. they love um, they love creating havoc in your home. So let's see if you have dead people. No, you don't have dead people. Um, Demons. No. Um, well, you could try grounding. Let's see if there's any portals open. No. Hmm. Yeah. If you wanted to ground your house, this is how I would suggest doing it. You take like if your house were a box, you would take the upper four corners and the bottom four corners and bring them all up to the middle. And then from there, ground it down into the center of the earth. That's how I would ground it. But, maybe you just need to do a clearing of energy. On my YouTube channel, it's a very old video, but it's still the same principles still work on how to clear your home energetically. And so there's a specific way that you can go through your home and clear it all out, bringing energies outside the closest window, closest door, clearing your mirrors. I don't have that in that video, but that's a new thing you could do. Also clear your mirrors when you do a house clearing, because every time you look in that mirror, like if you're having a bad day and you feel like you don't look your best, then you put that energy into the mirror. Then the next time you go back to the mirror, guess what's going to be coming back at you? So clear your mirrors from time to time. And also these ceiling fans, that's also another one. For some reason, energy collects up there. So that would be another place to clear that people don't think about. So yeah, I would do that. Let's see if we get some new people here. I haven't talked to Sveta in a while. Let's see. Could you check on unresolved past lives with my mom? I've been clearing a lot of energies with her for the past several months. Okay, past 4 months. Okay, let's see. You and your mom, if you have unresolved lifetimes, you have 0, and your mom has 3, so she still has 3 left. So you've cleared yours, but you don't have to go to her to clear these energies. You go where they sit in your field, and where they're sitting are in your crown and root chakra. So crown out to the 3rd layer and root out to the 3rd layer. So that's power struggles. So that could be also be helpful too. So Ava says, very accurate. He knows how to manipulate me. Yes, he does. Well, thank you for that validation. Not so much for me, but just so other people know that, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Krita, okay, let me see if there's any other new people that have a question, and then we'll come back to some of you people who love to come here every week. In love with me. So this was the abdominal thing. I said discomfort, and you said you're right. Okay, good. Thanks. Hey, Charlene. Working on my teeth. I am wondering specifically the bottom front 2 teeth. Is there something for me to clear to support them? There are curses there, like 500 curses. That's an AI energy. You also might look on a map of the teeth and see what those front 2 teeth, what they go to, so you can support those organs. That could also be helpful. Anahara, hey, Kathleen. Can you take a look at the skin on my face? Something weird, like a rash, almost like I'm 15 again. Oh, I'm so sorry. Love that my skin is reverse aging, but let's bypass puberty, right? Yeah, let's go straight to the baby face. All right, let's see what's going on with the skin on your face. Curses. 500. And angry curses. This is AI, though, you've been doing a lot of work. And yeah. Let's see. Yeah, great job. Also in the root chakra, more curses, another 50 there. Mhm. Let's measure the anger, rage, and fury, because whenever there's inflammation, even if it's just pimples, like an outbreak of, like, say, acne, those are like little bursts of anger. So let's see about anger is at 50%, rage 50, fury 100. If you go to the root chakra and clear programs, 500 programs in the third layer. So that's, all about you stepping into your power. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's about all we have time for question-wise. Let me just see if there's any new people over here on Instagram asking questions. Isabel is a new person. Okay, great. We'll make this the last question. Can you check what is the heat I feel on the right foot, left side? So your right foot, left side. So the inside of by your ankle. The earth energy stops right about there. So that's one thing. You're grounded, but I would clear programs. There's about 500 programs at your root chakra. And so that's not allowing the earth energy to come up through the feet, through the ankles. Yeah, you're clearing it as I'm speaking. So I love it when people are so capable. Okay, good. So yeah, okay, so bring that earth energy up through and then down the grounding cord. Keep that flowing, and that should help with that. So welcome, good to see you here. Well, that wraps it up for tonight. And I want to let you know that if you have not signed up for our next luminary activation, which is going to be this Thursday, it's going to be absolutely epic. And for all of you Pacific people, it will be at an ungodly hour, but that's just how it's landing at 3 a.m., but 6 a.m. for Pacific people. I think Sandy said it's going to be midnight in Hawaii. So all of the European countries and Australia, they all get a great break this time where they can join us live. But if you're willing to get up at whatever hour it happens to be in your time zone, it's going to be absolutely amazing. We are clearing anything that's in the way for you, that's preventing you from going through this 888 Lionsgate portal. Anything that doesn't really want to go into this next level with you wants to fall away. And so you're going to get a lot of energetic support from this clearing. But the fact that I'm going to be in Egypt while we're doing this is going to be absolutely off the hook. So, and it'll be right after, yes, we will have just visited the Sphinx. And so, and then I have a little window where we're then going to be doing our first elixir ceremony. And so I'll be doing this activation in that window. So if you can join us live, it's going to be absolutely epic. If not, if it's like, hell no, I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. for this, I'll just listen to the recording. You're welcome to do that too. But either way, I hope to see you on Thursday for our luminary activation. And I'm not sure what I'm doing actually for the next few weeks. And hang on. Not sure what I'm doing for the next few weeks as far as coming on live, or if I'm just going to be posting little reels or stories or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. It's a bit of a vacation for me. It's a retreat for me, personal time. So it's the opportunity for me to dive deep and expand and just dump anything that doesn't want to come through Lionsgate portal for me. And I'm just going to be a new person when I get back. And I can't wait to see what that looks like because my favorite question, how? How does it get any better than this? I can't wait to see. So I hope I'll see you this Thursday. And if not, I'll see you at some point. I'll be back August 25th and stay tuned. I just might show up unexpectedly and we'll just see how it goes. All right. Blessings, everyone. Thanks so much for joining tonight. Bye.